Watch the regional news. Union Minister G. Kishan Reddy provided details about the meeting between Telangana BJP parliamentarians and MLAs with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The meeting focused on addressing various issues concerning the state of Telangana, with the BJP leaders seeking the Prime Minister's support on matters crucial to the region's development. The delegation expressed their concern and outlined the party's stance on important political and administrative issues affecting the state. This meeting is seen as part of the ongoing efforts by Telangana BJP leaders to engage with the central government for the welfare and progress of the state.
आज तेलंगाना प्रदेश के भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सांसद 8 लोग और विधायक 7 और एक एमएलसी, एक राज्यसभा एमपी, पूरे 17 इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स मिलकर प्रधानमंत्री से मिले थे। जो विधानसभा चुनाव, लोकसभा चुनाव के बाद पहली बार इलेक्शन होने के बाद सब मिलकर प्रधानमंत्री से मिलने का मौका मिला है। बहुत दिन से प्रयास कर रहे थे हमारे लोग, आज प्रधानमंत्री बुला लिए हैं। एक कटसी काल था, तेलंगाना में पार्टी कैसे मजबूत करना चाहिए, तेलंगाना में जनता का इश्यूज लेकर संघर्ष करना चाहिए। जो केंद्र सरकार के अलग अलग वेलफेयर स्कीम्स है, डेवलपमेंटल प्रोजेक्ट्स है, वो नेशनल हाईवेज हो, हेल्थ सेक्टर के और आयुष्मान भारत का इंश्योरेंस, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस स्कीम हो और मनरेगा का स्कीम्स हो, ये सब ठीक तरीके से इम्प्लीमेंट हो और जनता को लाभ मिले, तेलंगाना विकास के रास्ते पर आगे बढ़ना चाहिए। इस दृष्टिकोण से प्रधानमंत्री जी सुझाव दिया है इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को, आप कंस्ट्रक्टिव काम करना चाहिए और केंद्र सरकार का जो भी स्कीम्स है पूरे लोगों तक पहुंचे। इस विषय पर आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी हम सबको मार्गदर्शन किया है। वैसे ही आज हमारा उसके बाद भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जितने भी इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं, आज मीटिंग सेपरेट हुआ है हमारा घर में। हम लगभग पूरा विषय चर्चा किया है। तेलंगाना में कांग्रेस सरकार आके इसे दिसंबर 7 को 1 साल होता है। आने वाले 1 हफ्ते के अंदर कांग्रेस सरकार का 1 ईयर का टेन्यूर पूरा होगा। इस 1 ईयर के जो एश्योरेंसेस था इलेक्शन से पहले 100 डेज में 6 गारंटीज इंप्लीमेंट करने का वादा किया, उसमें एक वादा भी पूरा नहीं किया है। किसानों का विषय पर भी हो, महिलाओं का विषय पर भी हो, बेरोजगारों का विषय पर भी हो, एजुकेशन के विषय पर भी हो, ऐसी कोई भी वादा आज कांग्रेस पार्टी पूरा नहीं किया है। कांग्रेसी सत्ता में 7 तारीख को वोट लेंगे और 2 दिन के अंदर 9 तारीख को दिसंबर 7 को सोनिया गांधी का जन्मतिथि पर अलग अलग स्कीम इंप्लीमेंट करेंगे। 2 लाख किसान का कर्जा माफ करेंगे, 2 लाख पेंशन 4000 करेंगे। ऐसी लगभग 6 गारंटीज, 6 एश्योरेंसेस, सब एश्योरेंसेस, सब गारंटीज दिया है, एक भी इंप्लीमेंट नहीं किया है। आज तेलंगाना इकोनॉमिकल क्राइसिस है।
In a recent statement, Pawan Kalyan, the Deputy Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, addressed the arrest of ISKCON leader Chinmay Krishna Das Brahmachari. He expressed deep concern over the situation in Bangladesh, particularly referring to the tweet he had seen regarding the ongoing issues there. Pawan Kalyan conveyed that it was extremely painful for him to witness the distressing events taking place in Bangladesh. He pointed out the stark contrast in the response to incidents that happen in different parts of the world. According to Kalyan, while there is often significant attention and action when such situations occur in places like Palestine or other regions, the same level of response was not observed when similar issues arose in Bangladesh. He expressed disappointment that the international community had not shown adequate concern or taken action in response to what was happening in Bangladesh. despite the severity of the situation.
No, it's very painful to see what's happening out there, and we are being. If anything happens in Palestine, an entire ecosystem will echo their pain, whatever is happening. But when it happens in Bangladesh, no one responds. That's how.
Thank you so much. We saw your tweet on Bangladesh.
It's very painful to see what's happening out there, and we are being. If anything happens in Palestine, an entire ecosystem will echo their pain, whatever is happening. But when it happens in Bangladesh, no one responds. That's how.
In a press conference held in Vijayawada, Vice Sharmila Reddy, the Andhra Pradesh Congress Committee chief, spoke on behalf of the Congress party regarding the ongoing controversy surrounding the Adani Group's solar panel deal. She revealed that she had recently met with the governor of Andhra Pradesh to discuss the issue. During her address, Sharmila explained that the Congress party had raised serious concerns about the transparency and fairness of the solar panel deal involving the Adani Group. She stated that the Congress party believed there were significant irregularities in the way the project was handled, and as a result, it was important for a thorough investigation to take place. Sharmila emphasized that the party had formally requested the governor to intervene in the matter and ensured that an inquiry was conducted into the deal. According to her, the Congress party was demanding accountability for any potential misuse of power or corruption related to the project. She expressed that the investigation should be impartial and comprehensive in order to protect the public's interests and uphold the rule of law. The Congress party, as Sharmila put it, would continue to push for transparency and justice, and she asserted that they were determined to ensure that all aspects of the deal were thoroughly scrutinized. She concluded by reaffirming the party's commitment to addressing the issue through all available legal, political means.
ఓకే అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ఈరోజు కాంగ్రెస్ పార్టీ తరపున మేమందరం గవర్నర్ గారిని కలిసి ఇటీవల బయటపడ్డ అదానీ గ్రీన్ గారి సోలార్ పవర్ డీల్ లో జరిగిన అవినీతి గురించి గవర్నర్ గారికి చెప్పడం జరిగింది. ఈ డీల్ వల్ల ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రానికి కూడా నష్టం జరుగుతుంది అని చెప్పడం జరిగింది. కాబట్టి ఈ డీల్ని స్క్రాప్ చేయాలని అడిగాము. దీని మీద ఎంక్వైరీ జరగాలని అడగడం జరిగింది. ముఖ్యమైన విషయం ఏమిటి అంటే అదానీ గారి ఈ డీలు ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రంలో చేసుకున్న ఈ డీల్ వల్ల నష్టపోయేది ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రం. ఈ భారం పడబోయేది ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్ర ప్రజల మీద. కానీ లాభం మాత్రం అదానీ గారికి. ఇది ఎక్కడి న్యాయమని అడుగుతున్నాం. కేవలం అదానీ గారికి లాభం చేకూర్చడానికి చేసిన ఈ డీల్లో ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్ర ప్రజలను తాకట్టు పెట్టడం జరిగింది. ఇది న్యాయమేనా? అది కూడా ఈ డీలు రాబోయే 25 సంవత్సరాల వరకు ఈ డీలు వర్తిస్తుంది అంటే ఈ తరమే కాదు వచ్చే తరానికి కూడా తాకట్టు పెట్టినట్టు దీని అర్థం కాదా? కేవలం ఒక్క అదానికి మేలు చేయటానికి ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రాన్ని ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్ర ప్రజలని తాకట్టు పెట్టి వాళ్ళకు నష్టం వచ్చినా పర్వాలేదు అన్న రీతిలో ఆలోచన చేశారు. ఇలాంటి డీలే అదానీ గారి కంపెనీ.
BJP spokesperson Prakash Reddy recently addressed the ongoing adjournment of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha sessions. Offering the party's perspective on the developments, he criticized the opposition's role in stalling parliamentary proceedings, alleging that such disruptions were hindering effective governance and delaying crucial legislation. In response to comments made by Telangana CM Revanth Reddy, Reddy emphasized the importance of maintaining decorum in the House, highlighting the opposition's attempts to prioritize routine proceedings. His statement comes amid heightened tensions between the ruling BJP and regional political leaders like Reddy, with the ongoing adjournments fueling debates over the functioning of India's legislative bodies.
Unfortunately, the main opposition party doesn't have faith in the constitutional spirit and doesn't follow the parliamentary proceedings. There are some guidelines for the parliament how to raise an issue, whether it is Sambal issue, whether it is a Manipur issue, whether it is an Adhani issue, or any issue can be discussed in the parliament, and parliament is meant for that. But there are some procedures how to raise that particular issue, either in the form of question, either in the form of adjournment motion, or in the form of different. There are so many proceedings to follow, and by which they can raise all the national issues systematically. But unfortunately, knowingly or unknowingly, the Congress party doesn't want the assembly to run, and unfortunately, they don't understand politics also. If parliament adjourns for many times, it is an advantage to the ruling party, and rather I can say it is a disadvantage to the opposition party. Particularly for opposition parties, to raise the public issues and to gain the public faith and to corner the ruling government, the parliament is the real platform. If they come to parliament and if they start discussing the issues, then you can expose the ruling party if the real situation is there. But unfortunately, the Congress party doesn't want to raise the public issues in the parliament, and they are not interested in the public of this country. Even in the Indian democracy, fortunately, yesterday we have celebrated the Constitution Day. The Constitution is drafted in such a way that the opposition has got more responsibility in raising the public issues instead of the government. So they are just running away from the responsibilities allocated by the Constitution, and today they are just running, they are crying. That will not help either to the opposition or to the people of this country. And it is, I say, it is an irresponsible decision, irresponsible attitude by the opposition parties, what I strongly feel.
Sir, two things that...
Yesterday Constitution Day.
Special prayers were performed at the Chilikur Balaji temple in Hyderabad, seeking the divine intervention for the safety and well-being of Sanatana Dharma followers in Bangladesh. The prayers were conducted to express solidarity with the Hindu community in Bangladesh. Following reports of growing concerns for their safety, Rangarajan, the chief priest of Chilikur Balaji temple, lead the rituals emphasizing the importance of protecting religious freedoms and ensuring peace for followers of Sanatana Dharma. The event drew attention to the struggles faced by Hindus in Bangladesh, where recent incidents have raised alarms about their safety and security. Visuals from the temple showed devotees participating in the prayers with a solemn atmosphere, underscoring the gravity of the situation in Bangladesh.
We have performed along with the devotees 2 additional pradakshinas for the safety and security of our relatives, friends, everybody of Sanatana Dharma in Bangladesh. As you are all aware, the last few months have been dangerous, very difficult for the lives of Sanatana Dharma. especially in Bangladesh. Yesterday, they have arrested Chinmay Das, who is a great saint of ISKCON cult actually. What he is trying to do, silently protesting for the safety of all the lakhs of Bangladeshis who are following Sanatana Dharma. We have chanted Sudarshana Ashtakam and did 2 extra pradakshinas, praying to Lord Balaji to protect all our relatives and friends in Bangladesh. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Pratibhatashreni Bhishana Vara Gunastoma Bhushana Jani Bhayastana Tarana Jagadavasthana Karana Nikila Dushkarma Karshana Nigama Saddharma Darshana Pratibhatashreni Bhishana Vara Gunastoma Bhushana Jani Bhayastana Tarana Jagadavasthana Karana Nikila Dushkarma Karshana Nigama Saddharma Darshana Jaya Jaya Sri Sudarshana Jaya Jaya Sri Sudarshana Shubha Jagat Rupa Mandana Sura Ganatrasa Khandana Satamaka Brahma Vandita Satapata Brahma Nandita Jaya Jaya Sri Sudarshana
NVSS Prabhakar, a BJP leader, criticized the Congress government in Telangana for what he described as a year of mismanagement and failure in governance. Prabhakar alleged that upon assuming office, Chief Minister Revanth Reddy had failed to fulfill the promises made during the election campaign and had not discharged his duties effectively. He emphasized that the law and order had completely broken down in the state. Citing daily incidents of food poisoning in educational institutions and residential schools, Prabhakar also accused the government of failing to address the illegal sale of various goods across Telangana, which he claimed had become rampant during the one-year rule of the Congress. Further, Prabhakar criticized the government for focusing on defection rather than governance, claiming that loans have been increased substantially with no effective management of the state's resources. He pointed out that there had been little to no implementation of welfare schemes, which were only showcased for political appearances. Prabhakar concluded by stating that the BJP would expose the failures of the Congress government through a detailed charge sheet, which would be released in due course to hold the government accountable for its alleged shortcomings during its time in power.
This government 1 year misrule and mismanagement of the governance. Revanth Reddy, on his assumption as the Chief Minister, has failed to discharge his duties and failed to implement the promises he made during elections. So far, the law and order is failed totally in the state. Every day there is an incident of food poisoning in many educational institutions and residential schools, and the illegal sale of many things are being rapid in the entire state. In this 1 year of Congress rule, only defections are going on, and loans have been increased like anything, and there is no governance at all, and no implementation of any welfare scheme. Just to show the rule in the state, they are here. Every time, whenever a chance gets, he sits in the Delhi and he says something and he rules something. This will be exposed by the BJP by bringing a chart.
Let's watch the live. TPC Chairman Mahesh Gaur speaking.
పనులు చేస్తే నేను గతంలో చెప్పినాను, టెంపరీ మీకు సంతోషాన్ని ఇస్తుందని, కానీ లాంగ్ రన్ లో మీకు అది ఇబ్బందిగా ఉంటుందనే మాట చెప్తా ఉన్నాను. ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా ఎస్, ఇథనాల్ ఫ్యాక్టరీకి పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చింది మీరు. ఇవాళ ఎట్లా మాట్లాడతారు ఇథనాల్ ఫ్యాక్టరీ గురించి? ఇవన్నీ ఆధారాలు కదా, ఏం నేను కల్పితాలు కావు కదా. ఇవన్నీ నేను చూపిస్తున్న ఆధారాలతో చూపిస్తా ఉన్నాను. 2023లో అన్ని అనుమతులు వచ్చాయి. దిలావర్పూర్లో ఉన్న ఇథనాల్ కంపెనీకి 2023 లోపే అన్ని ఆధారాలతో అన్ని అనుమతులు వచ్చినాయి. ఇది కేటీఆర్ యొక్క ప్రాజెక్ట్. ఇది కేటీఆర్ సంబంధంతోనే ఆనాడు ఆ కంపెనీలో డైరెక్టర్గా ఉన్నట్టు తలసాని కుమారుడు సాయి కిరణ్ యాదవ్, సాయి కిరణ్ తలసాని ఒక డైరెక్టర్గా ఉన్న కంపెనీది. మీరు అనుమతులు ఇచ్చినారు. టీఆర్ఎస్ హయాంలో అనుమతులు వచ్చాయి. ఇలా రైతుల గురించి మీకు మాట్లాడే హక్కే లేదు. అన్ని రకాలుగా ముంచారు రైతుల్ని. 3 రైతు వ్యతిరేక చట్టాలు కేంద్రం తీసుకొస్తే భుజాన్ని వేసుకొని మోసారు మీరు. ఇవాళ అక్కడ నిర్మల్లో జరిగిన సంఘటనల్ని రైతులు రెచ్చగొడుతూ ఉసుగొలుపుతూ ప్రభుత్వాన్ని ఇబ్బంది పెట్టిన ప్రయత్నం చేస్తా ఉన్నారు. రైతులు గ్రహించుకోవాలి, ఇదంతా కూడా కేసీఆర్ చేసినటువంటి కుట్ర, ఆయన హయాంలో జరిగినటువంటి అనుమతులు. డెఫినెట్ గా అక్కడటువంటి పూర్వాపరాలు పరిశీలించి, ఆ కంపెనీ పూర్వాపరాలు పరిశీలించి రివ్యూ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Anna Venkata Ramana Reddy, a TDP leader, addressed the findings in the United States District Court regarding allegations against Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Reddy. He claimed that the court filing accused Jagan of accepting $200 million in bribes for a power supply agreement with the Adani group, a sum larger than that paid to the Odisha government. Reddy alleged that once the bribe was paid, stalled power purchase agreements in Andhra Pradesh were swiftly finalized. He criticized Jagan for being the first Indian politician to be named in a US court case, calling it a significant scandal. Reddy sarcastically congratulated Jagan and humorously wished him a bon voyage, suggesting he would face legal consequences in the US.
In the United States District Court, Eastern District of New York, against Adani's, that we are all aware. This is the draft copy of what they have filed in the New York court, which very clearly states that Jagan Mohan Reddy has taken bribes to the tune of $200 million and also calls him a very intelligent person. For having taken more bribes than the Odisha government. They have clearly mentioned here the bribe to Andhra Pradesh for power supply agreement, which was significantly larger than the Odisha power supply agreement, was greater than that paid to the Odisha government officials by order of magnitude. Andhra Pradesh bribe amount approximately $200 million. And they very clearly have stated that once the bribe amount was finalized, the distribution, the PPA agreement with the AP Discoms went with flying speed. What was pending for the last 18 months, when no state was willing to buy power from SCCI because of a higher rate, because nobody was interested, because every Discom wants to buy it at a cheaper price so that their distribution cost comes down, their end user cost comes down. It is only once that these bribes were paid that the Discoms went at full speed and finished and closed all the PPA agreements. So our point is very simple. We are only saying one thing. We are congratulating Jagan Mohan Reddy for having reached the heights. Today, no politician in India has ever been indicted in the US by the US government in a US court. So again, Andhra Pradesh comes first, being the first chief minister who has had that seat in India, his name coming up in the FBI records, in the Security Exchange records. See, it is not a small thing. You can be a goon in a street, but being an international criminal and being a politician, it's a double dhamaka. So we, on behalf of Telugu Desam Party, we congratulate Jagan and we wish Jagan a bon voyage to US. I am sure he is going to be jailed there. Don't worry. I know that you are used to mutton curry. We will talk to Uncle Trump and see that we arrange whatever food you in the United States District Court, Eastern District of New York.
In a recent operation, officials from the Drugs Control Administration in Siddipet, Telangana, seized a large quantity of antibiotics worth 1.33 crore rupees from a manufacturing facility located in Biotech Park, Karakapatla. According to the information provided by the excise PRO in Hyderabad, the raid was carried out following intelligence that led the authorities to the facility. The authorities discovered a significant stockpile of antibiotics which were being stored without the necessary approvals and possibility intended for illegal distribution. The officials stated that the seizure was part of ongoing efforts to crack down on the illegal production and distribution of pharmaceuticals products. The seized drugs, they said, were being produced in violation of regularity standards, and the facility was operating with the proper licensing for the production and sale for the antibiotics. The Drugs Control Administration emphasizes that such operations were critical to ensuring the safety and health of the public by preventing the circulation of counterfeit or substandard medicines. The authorities also assured that further investigations would follow to determine how the antibiotics were being distributed and to identify any individuals or organizations involved in the illegal activity. These are the updates of regional news.